DJB, welcome to Photo Critic TV, episode 31. It's been such a damn long time. It's been...
Too long.
How long? 2 months?
Maybe.
I'll tell you what happened. This is exactly what happened. Aaron left the country.
Yep. Forced sabbatical.
Yep. Sorry about that. Anyway, so we actually promised that we'd try not and talk as much BS as what we normally do from now on in, so...
Good start.
Yeah, we're starting off well. So guys, we've actually got some entries from you guys from when? January. A while back. And if you don't know, website is photocritictv.com. It's free to submit. Click to submit when you go to the website, and we'll review photographs on camera online. Have a look at my portfolio if you want. djbworldphotography.com. Done?
Yep.
Let's go straight into it. First one, 31, episode 31. Belinda Crutchfield. Belinda, how's it going? Let's have a look. Whoops. Silly little pad. Silly little pad. So Belinda is from Traralgon. That's in...
Gippsland.
Gippsland, there we go. Gippsland is a country area of Victoria in Australia. And she's shooting with a Nikon D3000 and the micro 40mm f2.8. So that's actually that's a macro lens. And Nikon call their macro lenses micro lenses. It's exactly the same thing.
Tomato.
Yeah, tomato.
Potato. Do you know anyone says potato?
No. Don't say that. Don't say potato, it's wrong.
Potato.
So let's just go straight into it. Belinda, I'm going to call you Belle, because that's usually the short name for someone called Belinda.
Is it?
Yeah, well it is now. So...
What about Linda?
Linda? We don't know. Cut out. BS. We're trying here. So Belle, what I love about this photograph, amazing colours, really vibrant, colourful photograph. I don't know what sort of post-processing you've done, whether you kind of pump the saturation a little bit to kind of really push those colours out, but either way, it does look cool, but I think if you push it any more, it may look a little bit unnatural. It looks like on the leaves edges, there is, to me, what looks like chromatic aberration, which is actually when you find a kind of a rainbow effect going on. And you can see it's actually not really much of a rainbow in this photograph, but on the edges of the leaves in the back, at the top of the photograph, on the edges of the purple leaves, there's like a pink line. So I don't know whether that's part of the leaf, but I don't think it is. I can also see this kind of pink line on some of the yellow leaf there and some of the blue leaf. So you can actually reduce that in post-production. I know in Lightroom you can do it. There's a way of reducing chromatic aberration. Have a look at that, because that is not a good thing. That's normally what happens when there's some funny light going into the lens at the wrong angle or something like that. So that's one thing. The other thing is, when I zoom in to this photograph, when I really kind of have a look at it closely, it doesn't look like there's any particular part of the photograph that's really dead sharp in focus. So even the spider, when I zoom in, I can still see that the spider is a little bit blurry. That's the image that I can see. So maybe, I don't know whether that was just the fact, maybe I just can't find the actual focus point because we've used a really low depth of field and this is a macro lens. Or maybe you clicked too quick before your camera had a chance to focus. So that, and also think about the placement of the subject here. You've placed the spider, being the subject, directly in the center of the photograph. We generally try and avoid the center placement of the subject just because it's not very interesting. It's known to be more pleasing to the eye if you place it on the third line, so the left third or the right third. So I know I always talk about this, but it's true. Divide up your viewfinder or your photograph into tic-tac-toe like grid, place points of interest or the subject on those lines or where those lines intersect. So here you've kind of pretty much placed it just north of the center, and the placement is just a little bit unpleasing, I think. So thanks, Belle. Thanks very much. Please submit some more. I'd like to see some more for you, Belle. Let's go to the next one. Suze Pettigrew. Remember Suze?
No.
I remember
Should
Suze. Well, you know, it's supposed to be keep in touch with people that make the effort. You don't get in touch with anyone, do you? No one makes the effort in your mind.
No.
So this is what I want you to do. Get onto Aaron's Facebook page. Tell me what you think about that. Even if you're not happy about it. He needs to know. He needs to know. Yeah, he's got to. You know, he needs to know what people think so that he starts caring a little bit more. Anyway, so Suze is shooting with a Canon 500D and the 18 to 270 Tamron whale of a lens. I call it a whale because that's a huge focal length to be covering with one lens. 18 to 270. So basically a good walkabout lens if you can't be bothered changing lenses. Or you kind of want to pick people off on a street photography, travel photography kind of scene. First one.
Like stalking. Yeah.
You're stalking. It's great for stalking.
Stalking someone from a distance.
Yeah. And you know what I'm saying. It's great, yeah. First one, you know what, Suze? Marengo Beach. This photograph looks extremely similar to the one that somebody named Craig Pettigrew, who is most likely related to yourself. I would say that you guys were actually at the same place at the same time and took almost exactly the same image. Do you remember this photograph last time we were talking about? We looked at the photograph and then all we talked about was the font. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah. I still think about it.
Yeah,
I was like for weeks.
I know. I know. So Suze, let's just take a look anyway. Very similar to the one that we had in episode 30 from Craig. I think it was episode 30. Anyway, I'll just load it up. Suze, really nice skyline here, nice colours, nice dusky, orangey kind of glow that's going on here. The good placement of the horizon on the bottom third, cool, makes sense. Makes sense? Yeah. Yeah, well, good placement of the subject, talking about the raw thirds. The only thing that I can think about with this is that the horizon, to me, doesn't exactly look straight. So if you look on the left side, it's actually lower than where the horizon lands on the right side. So try and always keep the horizon straight, if you can. You don't want to look as though the world's kind of tilting to the left, falling to the left, which it does in this one.
Maybe she had uneven shoes on.
Well, you got to count for that. You got to count for it.
Maybe she didn't know.
Well, that's her fault.
It's awkward now. Right.
It got weird.
It got weird.
Yeah, so that's the only thing. Just make sure the horizon's straight. It's not like it doesn't have to be the horizon, but it's like the strongest lines in the photograph. Make sure they're straight, normally. So in this case, the strongest line is the horizon, so you want to try and keep that straight. Nice, I like it. Good little bit of reflection in the water in the foreground, and yep, not mad at that. Let's go to photograph 3. This is where Aaron comes into the picture. OTB on photograph 3. OTB stands for off the bat. Aaron, how's it going?
Good.
Yep. So, Aaron, for those of you that don't know, Aaron, he's never seen his photographs before, or this particular photograph. We always go photograph 3, OTB with Aaron.
It just rhymes.
It's just because it rhymes, yeah.
Sounds
OTB
good.
on photograph 3. OTB stands for off the bat, like I just said, so Aaron's never seen it. I show him this photograph right now, and I give him 7 seconds to put out an opinion about it. Are you ready for this, Suze? I hope you're ready, because it's Aaron time.
Alright.
You got 7.
Give it here.
You got 7 fat ones.
Can I have my thinking music on, please?
Yeah.
Post-production. Not easy being green.
Not easy being green. Yeah. Did you hear that, Suze? It's not easy being green. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Valuable input.
That's what I'm here for.
So-
It's what you don't pay me big bucks for.
Suze, so I normally try and extract something valuable from what Aaron says, but this time I'm kind of struggling, but I will say that, well, yeah, there's a lot of green going on here. It's a green image. Not there's anything wrong with that, but that's what Aaron's trying to say. So again, with this one, I think I was just talking about Belle's photograph. center placement of the subject here, try and avoid it. So try and make your photograph more interesting by placing the subject on one of the third lines, like you did with the horizon photograph. So what you've said is, this photograph, water drop on a leaf, taken at Fitzroy Gardens Conservatory with a 100mm f2.8 macro lens. Okay, sweet.
Another stalking lens, is that right?
No, this is a macro actually. This is a macro.
You can't stalk someone with a macro?
Well, if you want to stalk the hairs on their arm, it's great. So Suze, that's pretty much the only thing I can think of with this. Placement of the subject, you want to place it a bit more to the left or a bit more to the right, but not kind of in the center. And here it's just a little bit to the left, but not enough to the left that it's on one of the third lines. And I probably also would have stepped back a little bit more, moved your lens back a little more so you can see a bit more of the environment, a bit more of the scene, and create some more space. I think that's probably the biggest thing I can think of with this. But you know what, there's nothing wrong with the green. Green's good, I like green. So it's an eco-friendly colour.
I like purple.
Why? Why do you like purple?
Why?
Why do you like it? Are you gothic?
Sort of. Of many things.
You can be.
To many people.
Yep. Wow. Okay. Last photograph of this episode. Last photograph of this episode 31. Suze, let me just bring this baby up.
Seems like this episode is like a Monday, coming back from a long weekend or something.
Yeah, it does actually, doesn't it? Yeah.
So you're not in the swing of it.
I'm not. I apologise for that.
You're off your game.
Yeah, we'll get back onto it. 32 will be so awesome at this, like we normally are. But bit of arrogance. Okay. Suze, you know what? This photograph, I can't think of anything wrong with it at all. I like the motion blur, the amount of motion blur you've captured there. Cool, all good. Good, we can still see a little bit of detail in the waterfall. Good. Placement of the waterfall, I guess it's kind of on the right third line here, which is good. It starts off in the middle, goes towards the right, and then comes back to the middle, which is good. I like that, because it kind of creates some flow in the photograph. And maybe if anything you could straighten the lines. I think it kind of looks as though it's tilting a little bit to the left, so there's some rocks there. Although the rocks are very kind of randomly placed, I maybe would have just rotated the image a little bit to the right, just to kind of straighten things up a little bit. That's about it though.
Maybe it's you holding the iPad. Maybe you're not holding it level.
No, it's not working, mate.
Maybe you're sitting funny on the couch.
Yeah. This guy. Has some crazy ideas, doesn't he? Suze, Bell, thanks. That's it. That's it. Episode 31. We'll catch you in 32.